What's up, digital marketers, and welcome back to another one of our 10 commandments of content marketing. So, quick question before we get going is regarding AI and your content marketing. Have you ever wondered how you can actually start to use AI in your content marketing that you're doing for your digital business or for the clients that you create content for? My name's Steve, I'm from Globotel, and this is exactly the topic that I want to go through today with you is AI and content marketing and what value AI can actually bring to your content marketing. So I know that we have this perception of AI being this sort of, really technical and advanced sort of goggles and graphics and gaming and that sort of thing. But actually the world of AI is really, really alive and real and can specifically be used in the content that we're creating for our audiences. So today I want to just go through a few quick little examples of how and some advice about AI. And related to one of our 10 commandments of content marketing, thou shalt actually use AI to inform and develop the content that you're creating for your audience and for your client's audience as well. So as I said, there's a few examples that I want to go through just very briefly. There's a ton of information out there on AI and how it can be brought into helping and to inform the content that you use. So I really encourage you to go out and do some research into it. But just to go through some very quick examples, just to show you the value that AI can bring into your content marketing. One good example is using AI to actually automatically generate content for your clients. So I know we have this perception as digital marketers of content being video or long form blogs or expert articles or social media posts or things like that. But actually, especially in today's world where we're completely inundated with continuous flows and streams of information continuously hitting us and hitting your audiences, everything is content. Any sort of thing that you're looking at on your phone, on your computer, a tweet, an update in your inbox, that sort of thing, those are all versions of content, obviously, and not all of them actually are being written by a person. So give you some examples, some simple ideas of where you can start to use AIs. For example, if one of your clients, for example, is in the trading or the stock industry, a lot of stock updates are done using AI. A lot of news reports and news headlines that are tweeted out or ribboned on the bottom of websites are often generated by AI. In fact, you'd be very surprised and actually maybe a bit frightened as to how many messages you see every day that are actually created automatically by AI and not actually written by a person. So really start to think about where you can start to bring in AI into your content generation and make your life as a digital marketer easier so that you don't have to create all the content. You can rely on robots to do it for you, and you can spend your time rather on generating a better social media presence or managing a social media community. Another great example, and we've all had emails coming from all over the world saying we want to put a chatbot on your website. This is a great example of AI, is the use of chatbots to actually interact with users and actually be on your client's website there 24/7 and having a communication platform for any of the visitors to the website to have their questions answered immediately. So we've all been on a website where up pops a little box that says, "Hi, I'm Daryl from this brand, and I'm here to help you and answer all your questions." Now, we're not stupid. None of us are stupid. We all recognize that those are chatbots, but you'd be surprised actually how beneficial and useful those chatbots are to the user of the website. One of our other commandments, we discussed FAQs on a website, frequently asked questions pages on a website. It's a big recommendation that we make a lot of the time to our clients that we're doing SEO for, where we recommend they put an FAQ section onto their website, because a lot of the time people are visiting a website simply to get often the most common questions answered for themselves. And chatbots are a great way to provide those answers to clients immediately and in an interactive way, so they don't have to go to an FAQ page and actually look up the answer to the question. They can actually chat with someone even though they know it's a robot. I think people are starting to get a little bit more clever about what's going on, and they understand that they're not always talking to a real person, but they can get their questions answered by just sticking in the question into the chatbot and basically replying with an answer from the FAQ. Obviously, if you do have a chatbot on your website or on your client's website, you need to have that functionality that allows them to say, listen, you're not answering my question. I need to speak to a real human being, and facilitate that as well. But it's a really good way to demonstrate AI being used for content marketing. Speaking of chatbots, I've got a really great example that I thought of that I wanted to include in this video, just to give you guys an idea of how chatbots are actually starting to become useful in our lives. Beautiful example of a chatbot called the Insomnobot 3000. So if you go to insomnobot3000.com, you'll check it out. Basically, it's a chatbot that exists purely for people who have insomnia, and it's sort of maybe a bit tongue-in-cheek, but it's there so that people who have insomnia have someone to talk to and can actually interact with someone, and they know they're talking to a robot. But it's a good example of how AI has actually come into our lives and starting to become a bit more pervasive as we go along. All right, third and final example that I wanted to go through was using AI and the way that AI uses algorithms, specifically in, for example, our news feeds on social media. So we're all aware that social media platforms like Facebook, Twitter, etc. have algorithms that run them, and those algorithms are artificial intelligence. They are versions of something learning cognitively what us humans are doing on a platform and reacting to what we're doing. So, for example, those algorithms are very familiar with what the specific user is searching for, what they're clicking on, what they're sharing, what they're commenting on, what they're marking as spam, etc. So the algorithm can then react to that and deliver what that person is looking for onto their newsfeed. Now, as digital marketers, we should be thinking about that in terms of the content that we're creating for our own brands or for our clients' brands, because that AI is helping to determine the kind of content that person is seeing. Now, if you're starting to think about that, you can start to think about the advertising you're creating and think about the content that you're creating so that you can ensure that it's starting to show up, that the algorithm is reacting to that content and delivering that content to the audience that you're intending it for, thereby influencing their purchasing decisions and hopefully impacting your client's brand. So it's a way of getting smart around using AI and actually understanding how can you develop your content and how can you tweak your content to make sure that it shows up on people's news feeds. Obviously, as I say, AI, very, very broad spectrum, and obviously something that's going to be getting much bigger as we go on into the future, but it's really something you should start thinking about into your industry. As I always say, if you're interested and if you want more information, or even if you know other digital marketers out there, or if you've got a friend who's a digital marketer who you think might benefit from some help with their content marketing, or might just benefit from a help with someone in the digital industry who's out to look out for digital marketing industries. Us at Global, that's what we do. We sort of help digital marketers to run more profitable, successful agencies. So if you know of anyone or you are someone running a digital agency that might benefit from help, just add their name, tag them in the comments below, or just make a comment yourself, and we'll make sure to get in touch with you. We always looking for digital marketers to help out and help them run better digital agencies. So by all means, we'd love to have a conversation. Thanks for joining us. We'll check you in the next commandment.